So my favorite fun thing about Amanda is, like she said, she talks throughout the whole movie, the beginning credits all the way to the end.
But and she enjoys that commentary.
It is annoying, but at the same time, it's so funny.
I was born and raised in Nashville, Tennessee, and I moved here almost 4 years ago, specifically to Harlem about 3 years ago. Growing up in Tennessee, I was absolutely the majority. The community I grew up in, primarily white, upper middle class. I went to private school my whole life, and New York was a super shock. Something that I love about living in Harlem specifically is that now I'm a minority, and that's something I had never experienced before.
So I was born in the Bronx, but pretty much raised in Harlem. My dad still lives at the place that we kind of grew up in. And we were very sheltered, so we weren't like super duper active in the neighborhood. We weren't like hanging out on the corners and stuff. But sometimes we would go play double dutch downstairs in front of the building, or we would go like to the park and play double dutch with some of the other girls that were there.
Coming into the city, I didn't think I had any biases. Members of my family are super racist, not just racist, but super racist. And I thought I was better than that. I was more woke, if you will, than they are. And turns out I wasn't that woke. And I think when I first started coming to Renaissance is when I learned more about what I didn't know. And I really believe that you can't really grow and learn if you're comfortable. And so that's something that I found here in New York, and specifically in Harlem.
I think that coming to Renaissance and being in a diverse church was also something that was a little new, especially when it came to like community groups and growing deeper with people. I didn't have many relationships with a lot of people that didn't look like me. I think that it was eye-opening. It was also really great to see, especially from the stage, just people worshiping all the same to the same God from different races and backgrounds.
Alicia and I met in community group, and I didn't really know much about her. I didn't know her at all before, and then she came, her husband, and her daughter, which I don't have either of those things, so it was like already she's different than me. And I think on paper, when you look at Alicia and I, we are total opposites.
Yeah.
I'm the talker.
Yeah.
I didn't really think we would even be that close, but we just started talking to each other, and I remember one time like standing in the kitchen, it was just you and me, so we were like talking a lot, and I started kind of asking her about, like, I asked you about the pool in Harlem. I was like, what about this pool? What about this pool? Remember that?
No, I don't. We just get together and talk. There's really no agenda. You know, whatever comes out, comes out.
It's good to just like get with somebody who doesn't have any expectations of me or what the hangout's gonna be, so. And you know, she's just as basic as I am, so we can eat McDonald's. Sometimes we bring Yessie along. She equally loves McDonald's, so.
Yes, she does.
But yeah, just the three of us sometimes. I think with Alicia, she's never tried to put on a front or act like something she's not, which is something that I've kind of grown up being used to. And so I feel like in a way, like Alicia gave me permission to be real and be myself and not have it all together. Every time she comes over, I'm like, I'm so sorry about the mess. And she's like, Amanda, like, I don't care. I grew up with 3 sisters, like, I know what a mess is, you know, and that's just like about my apartment, but even like, I feel like she gives me permission to be a mess in a way. And like I mentioned earlier, like there's stuff that I can tell her that I don't tell other people because I don't feel like I can be as real with them as Alicia lets me be. I feel like being her friend has made, I'm gonna cry, has made my faith stronger. But she doesn't like when I talk during movies, so.
Yeah, no, at all.
That I can't be that real.
Yeah.
Just sort of real.
I never would have thought, like, you know, a white girl from Tennessee would, like, you know, that we would ever click. Seriously, like, you know, it's like, okay, you don't know what I'm going through, you don't know my life, you know, but just as much as I have my experiences and my things that I've gone through and lessons that I've learned and how it's impacted my faith, she has as well. And there are a lot of things that we do connect on, especially spiritually, that we would have never guessed had we not intentionally invested in the relationship. So I think it's mostly taught me to be intentional. You know, like how Jesus was intentional with the people that he hung out with, the people that he talked to and listened to and prayed with and was with. It teaches me to be intentional in not just our relationship, but all of your. You never know what's going to happen and how God is going to use it, you know, so yeah.